A boy powers a grinding wheel while a man sharpens tools beside him in the 1930s. A soldier wears giant metal ear dishes to listen for planes in the 1910s. A man with a rifle and dead rat climbs from a manhole in the 1970s. Workers in thick clothes pull large ice blocks from a frozen lake in the 1910s. Dozens of women fill and inspect bombshells in a war factory in the 1910s. Young boys clean and work near spinning machines in a cotton mill in the 1910s. A man watches as soda bottles are filled by a machine in a factory in the 1950s. Boys crouch on lanes and reset bowling pins by hand in an alley in the 1910s. Horses pull sleds carrying blocks of ice through a snowy forest path in the 1900s. Workers carry large wheels of cheese on their heads in a factory in the 1920s. A man balances newspapers on his head and rings a bell on the street in the 1920s. Dozens of women work side by side at grinding machines in a factory in the 1910s. Three men bottle beer by hand using barrels and hoses in a small brewery in the 1910s. A chimney sweep carries long brushes through a quiet British street in the 1930s. Young couples dance closely while a live band plays on stage in a gym in the 1950s. A milkman walks from his horse cart to deliver bottles at a house in the 1910s. Two men build a large wooden wagon wheel in a yard full of tools in the 1900s. Two craftsmen inspect and cut wooden arrow shafts in a quiet workshop in the 1940s. Men in flat caps hammer large metal chain links on a bench in a factory in the 1920s. Dozens of men build car bodies on a long assembly line in a plant in the 1920s. A group stands proudly on a horse-drawn combine harvester in a prairie field in the 1910s. Men work side by side assembling metal parts on a factory line in the 1920s. Carpenters rest on wooden beams during the frame construction of a large barn in the 1910s. Rows of women iron fabric by hand in a hot and busy laundry room in the 1930s. A young soda fountain worker juggles tools behind a counter in a diner in the 1940s. A man in white uniform operates early radio telegraph equipment in an office in the 1910s. Men use long sticks to wake workers through windows in the early morning in the 1900s. Women roll cigars at a long table while a man reads aloud in the 1940s. Women in aprons use drills to build appliance parts at a factory in the 1950s. Women connect phone calls by plugging wires at a switchboard office in the 1910s. Men pose proudly with buckets beside a pile of dead rats at a factory in the 1920s. A family stands in front of a sod house, with horses and ploughs on farmland in the 1890s. A milkman carries a metal pail while stepping down toward his horse cart in the 1920s. Two barefoot boys work beside spinning machines in a cotton mill in the 1910s. dozens of women sort and pack grapes in wooden crates at a warehouse in the 1940s. Two men operate large linotype printing machines in a typesetting shop in the 1930s. Bricklayers work carefully on a circular wall using mortar and trowels in the 1930s. A man sharpens blades at a mobile grinding station on a city sidewalk in the 1910s. A lector reads aloud to cigar workers at their desks in a factory in the 1920s. A lamplighter stands with ladder and pole lighting a street lamp by hand in the 1910s. Workers build Volkswagen Beetles on a long assembly line in a German factory in the 1960s. Women sew American flags at large sewing machines in a bright workshop in the 1910s. Female office workers type documents at desks while a man supervises in the 1950s. Two men sand and smooth a wood floor with hand tools in a large hall in the 1940s. Log drivers guide floating timber down a river using pike poles in the 1930s. A town crier in a top hat reads aloud to smiling women on a street in the 1920s. A barefoot woman balances buckets of water on a wooden pole across her shoulders in the 1890s. Men and women assemble electronic parts at a long factory line in the 1970s. Women work in an office and blow chewing gum bubbles while writing in notebooks in the 1960s. Coal miners lead horses pulling mine carts from a wooden shaft entrance in the 1880s.